capital, hotels they've been put up in whilst their applications are being processed. One refugee has told this programme that he felt like he was living in a prison. Others have reported violence. Gareth Furby has the story.
On a street in West London, people queue up outside a disused shop. Inside the shop, donations from some Londoners are given away, and the people who come here are asylum seekers. Many cross the channel in boats. The organisers have been leafleting the hotels around London where they're staying, but some of the asylum seekers claim conditions in some of these hotels are not good.
I want this to stop. I don't want anyone to go through this bullying.
This man is in his 30s and came to the UK on a boat from Calais. He says for several months he's been in a hotel in West London, but his life there is terrible because a manager rules the place like it's a prison.
The hotel manager sets his own rules. If you don't follow, he shouts and locks you out.
We've been sent this video, which seems to show a manager laying down the law.
If you cannot abide my rules, you cannot stay here. I have authority. This is my place. If you don't want, take your bags and go.
He locked me out in the cold weather. I was so cold after 2 hours I called 999. The police came and told the manager to give me my key, but it happened again. He locked the door to my room and told me I should go, so I had to call the police again to get back in. It feels like I'm in prison.
We've also been sent this video of what appears to be a dispute between management and asylum seekers at another hotel.
I want these pictures to be seen so people know there are problems.
This man says he lives with his wife and children in the hotel.
The food was cold. They asked them to open the kitchen. When this was refused, everyone got angry. They are chanting, "Open the kitchen."
The man says police were called to the hotel and things calmed down. But he says there have also been other events that have made him fear for the safety of his family.
Last week, another man started fighting with security officers. This kind of life is not suitable for my children.
All of the people who've spoken to us about their life in some of the hotels around London have asked for anonymity because they fear it might affect their asylum claim. But they want their stories about poor conditions and claims of bullying to come out.
When I arrived here, I weighed 68 kilos. Now I'm down to 60. The amount of food we're given isn't fit for a child.
I wanted to get tested for the virus, but the manager said I couldn't leave to do this or to get food. He shouts a lot, and he's like a dictator.
We just see a myriad of issues, and that's really triggering people's depression.
Because the asylum seekers who've spoken to us are concerned about possible consequences if they're identified, we haven't spoken to the hotels they're complaining about. But it's the Home Office which employs these hotels to do this job. Gareth Furby, BBC London.
And we asked the Home Office for comment on the accusations made in that report, but so far we've had no response. Next, the continuing